Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time, and I've been super busy with all sorts of crazy things, getting a lot of things ready for summer and spring and everything. Probably can notice that there's a lot of small ones in here as far as quail go, and little bits of as far as my livestock goes. Quail is the main component, and then my sister, she's gonna be hatching some eggs, some black Wyandottes, laying hens. So we're gonna be putting a coop here. Yeah, I'll give you a little tour in the backyard here. So wherever these bags here, I'm just gonna clean all this garbage up right here. I'll be putting up a chicken coop, about the same footprint size as a standard pallet. Be having about 6 chickens in there, and this whole area where you see this big frame here, that's going to be where the run is going to be. And I have this garden area where these raised beds are. All these vegetables are doing really well. I fenced it all in because I've been having problems with rabbits and deer and everything getting in here. So it's all well protected now. Growing tomatoes this year. All these nice tomato plants. Everything I've grown from seed. Organic, non-GMO. Peppers, even more peppers there. I kind of thinned those out. These were doing pretty well, so I separated them, and just to let these things not compete with each other. Got beans here. A little ability for those beans to climb. These actually came with the raised beds as just for climbing or whatever. It's like acts as a trellis. I got peas. The peas are growing super fast, as they tend to do. I'll let this thing grip onto there because they're actually holding on to each other before. There. Yeah, a bunch of cucumbers on the other side here. This is a bed of greens. Have spinach, kale, spring greens, and butter lettuce over there. Bunch of carrots. They seem to be doing all right. They're starting to get their second leafy step from just the shoots. It's kind of thinning itself out without any of my assistance. Have these here. These are hot Thai peppers. But yeah, this whole area is fenced in. Nice peace of mind and everything. And anytime I watch for any rabbits, I just make sure that none are coming through this opening here. I'm going to actually completely fence it in one of these days. Anyway, finished up this raised bed here. Radishes in the raised bed here. And I found a wild raspberry plant. That's definitely not going to produce this year, but hopefully it'll just get nice and comfortable and produce next year. I have a bunch of cucumbers. This half is slicing cucumbers. This half right here, these 4 plugs, these are pickle bush. And then on the other side of the yard I have a bed similar to this, and it's all zucchini and pumpkin. So I got a lot of growing going on. Anyway, let's go get some eggs. So looks like the oldest generation's actually starting to get along pretty well with the new generation that I incubated. There's a nice hen here. Be as non-invasive as I can so these guys can relax. Eggs here. I have 2 hens separated from the rest of these quail in here because they've been getting overbred. One real trick to keeping your hens alive after they've been overbred and making sure that they're not getting picked on by other hens and the males. Keep your rooster to hen ratio low. I have about 9 grown females, and I have 1 rooster. That seems to be working out pretty well. There he is right there. He's the one with all that white on his head. That seemed to be working out pretty well, but even when a male keeps plucking out a female's feathers and everything, the other females, they start picking on the female that's missing the feathers and everything. Here, I'm gonna get these eggs in my pocket real quick. Yeah, I got 6 right here, and there's probably a couple in there. Anyway, put this in the pocket. There we go. There's an egg right here in the opening. Yeah, I like keeping these females isolated because they're the ones that have a little bit missing from their heads, and I don't want them getting killed. I've run into that issue before with these guys. They get pecked to death, and then they end up bleeding out of their head, and all that's left is their skull. And it's pretty freaking gross. But I don't want to be losing any laying hens, because that's never good. I like my egg supply. I got 2 more here. It's really nice to hold on to as many hens as I can. I'll butcher hens if I see that they're not doing so well as far as like being part of the community in this coop area. All right, no more of these. You guys stay in here until your feathers grow back in your head. Yeah, that's kind of the trick to keeping them healthy. I ran into the issue when the young ones I was incubating, if they're too much in an enclosed area. So like I had probably about 26 in an enclosed area, and after they got grown enough to be put in here, I had probably about 16. I lost 10 because there'd be various reasons that some would be pecking each other's heads out, or biting each other's toes off, and then they bleed out and stuff like that. And also, you know, being in a community, they end up becoming prone to infection, so that's never good. So that's kind of what I've been dealing with. But I do have like a good replacement population for the older ones, because the older ones are approaching probably about 2 years old. They look healthy as heck, so I'm just gonna keep them going. But yeah, no reason to really butcher them right now, not unless I start seeing them slow down. I caught them by net just the other day, and they seemed pretty heavy and like full of meat, because before that I got them on a what's it called, an egg layer formula for their food, like all natural, non-GMO, organic egg laying formula. I had them on meat bird formula that was also organic, non-GMO. So they've actually put on some weight, and they're actually pretty big for quail. So now they have plenty of calcium in their diet to produce eggs. And I think out of the original females, I have probably about 2 jumbo females left. Yeah, the 2 jumbos are actually right here in the foreground right here. That one right over there. Let's see if I can get a shot of her. That's her right there. And then another female that's underneath the little awning I made for them. Might be hard to see, I don't know. But yeah. Alright, so I got a good haul. 8 eggs. Pretty good. I can't even eat them in the speed that they're actually producing. We have eggs every morning for breakfast, and it's about 4 eggs for the size of a chicken egg, which is pretty good. But yeah, they produce a lot. They do a good job. I like being a quail keeper. Anyway, this is my more recent video for backyard farming. Feel like things are going pretty good here. I gotta get watering on some of these, but trying to figure out another way of probably trying to figure out a way to get the chicken coop back here without getting in the way and stepping on these plants and crushing them, because they're going to be taking up this entire corner here. Yeah, it's going to be a good area for all my fowl and food production. Awesome. Thanks for coming back. Be sure to subscribe and like whatever videos that you see.